The pros get to use all the coolest gear and prototype equipment, but where every second counts, sometimes the pros hack their bikes to make them even better. So here are our top 10 pro bike hacks. Loic Bruni's MOTO foam. This has come from motocross, where guys stick foam pieces to their bike and it stops the mud and debris collecting on the bike to save weight, but also it's to stop stuff getting into places you don't want it. So Loic's mechanic sticks it down the linkage where you don't want a stone getting in there and jamming the suspension. JULIEN ABSALON'S soldered spokes. JULIEN's rear wheel has small pieces of solder to actually keep the two spokes that cross each other together. That helps especially on 29-inch wheels where there's a bit more flex. And on hardtail, the rear wheel takes a lot of punishment, so add some strength and some stiffness to those bigger wheels. Dan Atherton's Continental Mud Kings. Dan uses the same tyres all year round, which is unusual because they're mud tyres. He likes to cut them down, so they're low profile spike tyres. He likes the consistency of knowing exactly how his tyres are going to react, and he just changes the cut for different conditions. So a longer spike for muddier conditions, a shorter, more cut spike for hard pack conditions. Josh BRYCELAND'S chopped WTB saddle. Josh is a rider that really likes to run his saddle low on his bike. And on his Santa Cruz V10, if you have the saddle too low, it will actually buzz on the rear tyre. So Josh's mechanic has cut a big piece of plastic out of the back of the seat and folded the cover back around so it looks brand new, and you can't really tell until you look closely. That gives the clearance so the saddle doesn't hit the rear tyre. ATHERTON'S chainstay protector. G uses a normal chainstay protector, and then his mechanic uses some Sugru, which is a mouldable glue, to cover some areas of the frame that a normal chainstay protector doesn't get to. Once firm, the Sugru gives a rubber-like cover that stops the chain slapping against the frame. The electrical tape on Nino Schurter's seat post. It simply shows the mechanic the exact height the seat post needs to be at without marking or scoring the seat post. Really important with carbon fibre seat posts. This really helps with reassembling the bike on race weekends. Curtis Keene inner tube taped to the frame. Another hack using electrical tape. Curtis is a rider that doesn't like to carry a backpack, so he straps a tube to his frame and uses specialised SWAT tools attached to his bike, so he doesn't need to carry a backpack for water or tools or inner tube. Custom suspension. A big privilege of being a pro is the service you get from the manufacturers. Many pros have their suspension built custom for them. Simon Andreassen has a RockShox RS1 reduced from 100mm to 90mm to keep the front nice and low. Curtis Keene has a custom RockShox Vivid Air R2C. MARC BEAUMONT'S offset shot bushes. They replace the normal shot bushes to tweak the angles of the frame. As the name suggests, the shot mounting bolts now sit offset and slacken the head angle by 1 degree. The offset bushes effectively reduce the eye-to-eye length of the shock, therefore slackening the head angle and dropping the bottom bracket lower. MARTYN ASHTON'S NICOLAI Geometron, possibly the biggest and best hack of them all. The seat designed for sit skiing is mounted directly to a Fox DOS seat post, and the rear shock is custom valved to deal with its static weight and control the rear wheel when it leaves the ground. The cranks are mounted the same way and fixed. Martyn's feet are then taped to them. This bike is the first of its kind and has inspired others to build their own machines. So there you go, there's a few cool tweaks that the pros like to do to their bikes. Let us know if you've got any of your own pro bike hacks. Leave us a comment down below. And if you want to see more videos from GMBN, you can click up there for our pro bike playlist where you can check out all the rest of the stuff that the pros use, or you can click down there for our mechanical videos. As ever, click on me to subscribe to GMBN if you haven't already. Any.